Not all emotions arrive clearly. Some come layered, overlapping, crowded. You feel irritated, but it's sitting on top of something else. You feel tired, but it's only physical. You feel restless, but nothing specific feels wrong. This is what emotional noise looks like. In literature, emotions are often shaped into scenes or metaphors. They're given language that feels precise, but lived experience is rarely that clean. Most of the time, feelings arrive without structure. They talk over one another, they interrupt. Journaling doesn't remove that noise, it doesn't organize it immediately. What it does is slow it down enough for individual threads to surface. Writing through emotional noise isn't about naming what you feel, it's about staying present long enough to notice how it moves. A sentence begins uncertainly, another contradicts it, a third abandons both. And somewhere in that movement, something becomes slightly clearer, not resolved, just less compressed. This is why writing has long been used, not as a treatment, but as practice. Letters, diaries, marginal notes, they were spaces where emotion didn't need to be refined, but it could exist. The page could hold confusion without asking it to justify itself. When emotions stay unexpressed, they don't disappear, they accumulate. Writing gives them a direction, even if it's temporary. You don't have to gain for calm, you don't have to understand what you're feeling. You write to reduce the pressure of carrying everything at once. This is different from analysis and different from advice. It's closer to regulation, not by control but by attention. One page of a notebook doesn't quiet the noise entirely, but it lowers the volume enough to breathe inside the moment. And sometimes that's all the support that's needed.